Okay, hello, welcome. I'm gonna shut off the browser source a little bit in advance. Fine. So, welcome. We'll be playing some more Surviving Mars. We have a save from last time. We could play that. Also have... I'm not sure if I did enable something else. I'm not sure, I think so. It says there is a mod missing. Oh, no, I clicked it. I had hiccups like 2 minutes previously, so I hope they will not return. That could be horrible. I couldn't stop it. I think this is... I clicked on UK, most likely. It's fine. I wanted to ask anyway if we should play, try to play the hardest setting. Yeah, the hiccups are horrible. And I still feel like they are somewhere there, just waiting to emerge again. That's not good. Okay, so the question is, do we continue with our last colony, which is on Blue Sun Corporation, and the only danger is 2 meteorites? Or do we try to survive the hardest map and probably make a bad corporation? The hiccups are clip-worthy. Oh, not really. I don't currently have them, I just had them like 3 minutes before I started the stream. So I hope they are not coming back. It'd be really bad. But anyway, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want to do. But of course that would be our goal, even on the hardest difficulty. It's just... it would be much harder. But at least this way we'll properly learn mid-game, late-game, because I totally forgot how some of these things work, so it's probably gonna be good. And it's not like we are in a hurry anyway. Okay, so let's take a look where we left off. Oh, the stuff is still loading, the textures still look horrible. Special project, capture meteors. Yeah, now we will get struck by that. We don't actually know where, but that's okay. We have the domes, we are constructing another apartment. We should be focusing on power as well. We do have machine parts factory as well as polymer factory.
There are Earthsick colonists.
Wheat things, yeah. It's actually wheatgrass. What this is. Yeah, somebody will be leaving. That's fine. I had problems previously with people not wanting to move in here, but they should. At least they should do it now. They'll have 2 homeless for some reason. Okay, so what's the next step? Probably just expanding the power. We can accommodate another factory. Our biggest worry is gonna be electronics upkeep, maintenance, and we should be producing our own polymer and machine parts. If we wanted electronics, let's take a look. Okay, this rocket can go Earth. Send it. Yeah, if you wanted to build a factory for electronics, it's gonna be more expensive in terms of consumption. Yeah, it wants rare metal. Well, I cannot really get that easily, so for now we'll have to rely on imports. The rest of the electronics, fine. I could actually get away with another automated machine parts factory, I think. But for that we need more power. Take a look. I was actually thinking if we do a new run, I'm gonna try the solar panels, even though they are not really great. It might still be better. Go for that.
Research complete.
We have a research, we have a rocket. Let's land it. Let's take a look at the research. Okay, so yeah, we are researching the basics now. Take a look at the unlocks. Shuttle hub. It's gonna be pretty important, but it's like 7,000 research. That's a lot. Need to consider what to do first. Gonna do that, I think. Actually, let's just go for this. It's gonna be very important. We need it, otherwise we won't be able to expand much at all. And that's what we need to do if we want these rare metals. It's gonna be our long-term goal. And then yeah, this water is slowly running out, of course, which is not great. We should probably make sure we have enough stockpile. Let's take a look at tanks. Build another water tower. And figure out where I want it. I guess it's fine to have it somewhere over here. Like that. And place it right here. And then we probably also want a bigger air tank to be able to withstand any disasters better. Rocket could depart, but we shouldn't use it for that. Instead, let's take a look at the special projects. You'd need engineers. What about the other one? It needs... I think I selected a project that was something with botanists. I don't think I have 7 engineers. And there is no reliable way for me to know that, I don't think. Okay. So yeah, we do have some homeless people. Enable these slots again, maybe that's gonna reshuffle the population a little bit. Corporate office is running, it's good. So yeah, we would want preferably to have another one of these. It has upkeep of electronics, which is terrible, but it's funding. Only a reliable way to get it at this point. Take a look at the other projects. Are there somehow? Yeah. Need a tourist vehicle. We have that. And I think we might have unlocked some terraforming. People city. Forestation plant, yeah, we cannot do that yet. Fine. look at scanning. No progress. Ideally, we should actually like build more sensor towers, but I don't want to waste the electronics on it. If I can help it. It's our power. Yeah, it's still not built. Is the concrete too far away? Is that the problem? Might be. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not good. Oh, let's just get another storage unit for concrete. It can be a small one. I don't really need that much. But we should make like basic resources available here as well. And probably we could do machine parts. So if this gets filled up, I think it's getting there. It's actually almost. Are they gonna transport it there eventually? I could set it up so that we want a certain amount in here. But I think I just don't understand how the stockpiles work at this point. Yeah, fucked it up again. I need to build it like in the middle, sort of, so they can get it from the mine as well as from the turbines. So it needs to be done. Both of these rockets are ready. I suppose I could send one more. We will probably want extra colonists eventually. So what's our food like? It looks like we could do with some more. Depends. But we grow it. We could do an outside fungal farm, which it does only has metal maintenance, which is fine. Doesn't use any advanced resources. It does consume quite a bit of everything, and it has some labor requirements. But overall, I think it's good to have it. Let's build one. Okay, and we should do another metal depot. So the other tanks. Tanks are done. They are currently filling up. That's good. And could also set up this mine eventually. I can even do an automatic one actually, but we need to take a look how much does it want. So yeah, quite a bit of power maintenance, but fine. It has the same kind of maintenance in terms of parts as our
Anomaly found.
manual mine.
Research complete.
Here. Yeah, now we have terraformation. So we could maybe start with that. Of course, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. This is actually important research for terraforming, so I could get that. Also, these anomalies are gonna be useful later. Let's take a look. Terraforming, we could do. We cannot forestation plants. It would need all of these things first. First you need to get atmosphere and temperature up so you can get water and vegetation. So we are making some surplus parts. Good. Also, we need to make sure we have enough charging pads everywhere. There are two right there. There is one here. Okay. We have one there. But this is not done. And yeah, people are already working on it because they don't like to work in the office if they can help it.
Anomaly found.
Which that's fine. Let's take a look at the Earth. I should do a cargo rocket. And we should get oh, cannot, it's too expensive. Okay. We could get a transport vehicle, which is also useful for some missions. Maybe I'm gonna keep the rocket there for now. or we could get more people. I think that's viable. Just pack everyone in. Doesn't really matter who it is at this point. And we should probably build another research lab. And then make sure we have enough housing space that we could do an apartment complex. But our power is gonna struggle. And our oxygen is being depleted because of the fungal farm. So let's take a look at this. Do another Moxie. Build it there and then get cables and pipes to it. Hey, she's welcome. Why don't you get the pipes? Then we'll need excess power. The problem though, we don't have any concrete here, I don't think so. Turbines are a problem. Are you ever gonna return to Gotek? Yes, eventually. Like maybe after a year, I'm gonna create a new save and run it again. I need to take a break from that because it's really infuriating to lose progress like that. I totally forgot I should be creating backup saves all the time. I had one, but it was only like 3 hours in. That wouldn't really help me much. It's unfortunate. But I still think it's a good game. Just the game-breaking bugs can make your life a living hell.
Research complete.
Productivity training, that's not something very important. It was there, yeah. You know, I hope this farm is gonna play out. It should actually. A lot of production per soul. Even though it employs quite a bit of manpower. Oh, missed. Gee. Yeah, it was not bad while it lasted, but unfortunately, I cannot play Gotek 2 if Gotek 1 didn't come to fruition. I think that would be bad. Let's open up these shifts. I'm gonna close one of these shifts here. Corporate office can lay off for a little bit. Fine. Research is very, very important. This harsh place. The Eternal Summer Rocket will regularly ask for permission to land. If you're supplied with fuel, mission parts, and electronics, you will immediately receive 500 million. If we were oligarch, we could get more of it. No, that's horrible. Granex company. Do we do it? Oh yes, we cannot play Witcher 3 until we've played Witcher 2, of course. That works. Electronics is a big deal. I'm gonna do it though, I think. Oh, super cheesy. Yeah, the money would be good. Let's do it. It's also sort of a good thing to do, I guess. We should try to accomplish it. We are a greedy corporation after all, so we should be greedy. We can. But it means I'm gonna have to do a cargo rocket. We do have the rocket there, so just bring electronics over. Fine. There's so many rockets. I don't think we can do any of these projects. Keep it here. Okay, and turbines. They are not done yet. What are the drones? Is there a way to find out if some of them are idle? I suppose they are all doing something, right? Oh no. Well then why are they so bad at life? Go there. But I assign them manually if they don't do it themselves. Yeah, and we should maybe worry about the capacity for the customers. Yeah, chock full of people. Probably the same at the bar, yeah. So we should probably build ourselves extra services for them. Otherwise they will not like that they cannot eat. Things like that. Big space bar could probably work, but I'm just gonna opt for smaller services centered around here. So it was a space bar, and then how big is the diner? It's also 3x3, so that's fine. And then we have one space in the middle. I'm gonna have to consider if our medical post is constantly full. We can only service 2 people at once, which is not a lot. Grocer is fine if we have the diner, I think. Maybe we do want another medical post. Yeah, we do have an amphitheater. I don't think I have a bathhouse. We have the shark tank. Counts as a bathhouse. They should evolve to be small insulator. Give them the...
Sector
It
scan.
does not actually want any labor, so I'm just gonna build it. But I need to consider maybe a small security station would be good. Because we do have like 80 people, so it's at a point where some crimes might happen, I think. We should be careful about that. Let's close another shift in the corporate office. The prefect. Yeah, that's not gonna get built anytime soon. This is the founder rocket. Or founder, or the Cryogenics people rocket. Prefectures, yeah. The prefecture right there. It's gonna take some time to build. No sign of crime around here. I just hope we don't get attacked by the natives. Okay, 20 freaking electronics.
New colonists have arrived.
It's not worth it. It's fine. I think I have another rocket on Earth. No. I'm gonna send this one. I'm also bringing freaking tourists all the time. I could maybe do a rotation that only brings tourists. Sure. This one's food. Should be fine eventually. I'm also lacking drones, I think. We should just get more from Earth. But money is gonna be a problem. Right, we got some money from tourism. Now, this has brought in more people. Now we have 5 unemployed people, so I'm gonna open up another shift in here. And also, a research lab is running. Okay. So our research buildings are providing 824. That's good. That is a rocket with electronics. Good, it's gonna fill our deficit a little bit. Still not gonna be good though. And these domes are filling up, so that'd be bad. So how much housing space do we have? 23 slots is actually a lot. Should be fine. Oh, it's nursery slots as well. I see. So how's the nursery looking? We have quite a few Martians already. Oh yeah, got some nice money now. Still not a lot though, like we could easily lose that still. I'm gonna build another turbine, I think. And maybe we could go for accumulators. But it's maintenance. I don't want to pay the freaking maintenance. Even if it is polymer, I'd just rather keep it. Next time, when we are gonna build the hard colony, I'm gonna also concentrate the industry sort of. So this is like haphazard things. I don't like placing things like this at all. I like it to have like the refineries just soulless, nearby each other, all the similar buildings. Which I already misplaced that, because I would have to have set up a specific area for it, which I didn't. That's not good. Now it would be too much of a bother. Could send another rocket, bring people if you want. Because this one that's traveling to Earth is gonna have to bring things, drones and electronics. So why is this not being stockpiled up? It's because the food stores are too far. It actually might be because the drone hub. Yeah, we should make one right here. And then we should make another stockpile for food. Here. I'm gonna keep one of the rockets here. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be just fine. Let's open another shift and we don't have a rocket on Earth yet. But we'll have it eventually. Medical post is full. So eventually we'll want to build better. And for that, I could actually think about another dome, but not just yet.
Sector scanned.
We might actually start on it, so we cannot build much here. I'm not sure. Yeah, now they are bringing the food. Good. Open the night shift as well. Cargo rocket. I'm gonna get some drones. We should get the... oh yeah, I cannot get the safari. Would be for a quest. If I could, if I only brought 4 drones, but I think I have to sacrifice some of that for just being able to bring more stuff. Then we can maybe order it at some point later. Security post as up and running. Also, that reduces the sanity loss from disasters. Maintenance is gonna happen soon. Could get another dome. I'm not sure if we want it yet. Guess it's as good as time as any to build it. You have to connect it to the grid. Pipe it well. So look, pipes. Can build over this. Yes. Okay. Just connect it up. And what about water output? You could still increase it slightly. That's fine, but this deposit is getting depleted. Could actually get a second pump here without much Sorry. We probably should do it. If it was right there, it wouldn't really impact anything. It's fine. I should make a dumping stockpile for rocks right there. Also, I think these are basically full. This one as well. We'll need to eventually deal with those dumps. Yeah, there's a lot of
There
rock
are
here.
Earthsick colonists.
Too far from a drone. Okay. Build a large one. Then we should bring people. Send another rocket to Earth. For life support. Yeah, it's gonna be
Colonists
fixed.
are departing.
Gonna be fixed up soon. Okay, our power is not looking great. Oh, Maris, welcome. Okay, it's fixing itself up, but it's gonna take a while.
Sector scanned.
Special operation. Send a rocket to do it. Yeah, it is, but it might not stand for much longer if I keep doing the meteor event. I wanted to say something else as well. Yeah, I actually wanted to start a new run with the hardcore settings, but might as well finish this one off, I guess. So it wants pipes. Yeah, it needs one more tile. Piping, let's get it. And then we have another dome to work with. We actually need to connect it with the passage, so it's fine. And take a look. I think I'm gonna build just research here. Also, we do have a nursery, but it's in this other area. We don't actually have a playground. Little dome, yeah. We should get a playground here. The kids should come here. And we should build another medical post. That one is full and it causes significant sanity penalty when the people don't get their treatments. Or checkups even, rather. Because spoiling the colonists. Yeah, they are. They do have an amphitheater and a second diner, security post, another space bar, a small one of course. And yeah,
Research
Shark Tank
complete.
to hurl yourself into if your sanity drops below a certain threshold. Or your biological age advances after a certain point, because old people are an incredible burden on society in this game. We already have 2 of them. We do have 14 Martian-born people already. Well, quite a bit, because the bar can only service 4 people, and it takes 3 employees. It's insane. And then the diner is like 10, but it requires 6 workers. So you do need quite a few. We also have a grocer, but they prefer to eat meals prepared rather than having to buy groceries, and the grocer can only have 3 customers. You can also see how many people were serviced during the lifetime of this building. So they are using the bar quite a bit. And the diner, they are using that for the most. Medical post as well. Art store, they have a freaking art store. The massage parlor, yeah. Not a freaking bar. Can fit like insane amount of people in there. Just, yeah, you know. You can give one a drink fairly quickly and then you can just sip it, do whatever. You don't need to constantly talk to the person, the bartender. Like a personal bar. Yeah, what I'm missing is just dystopian things like
Sector scanned.
shoving in more people into the same space. Like in Frostpunk, but unfortunately we cannot have nice things. Okay, what's next? I have some power, not much. Was there a switch there? No, I did not. I don't think. So I can never leave, yeah. They would still survive though. We could also, there are other colonies on Mars. It wouldn't be a total isolation either. So let's enable more shifts in this research lab. How many people we can shove in here?
Milestone achieved.
Milestone. 100 colonists reached, okay, yeah, right. Alright. Terraforming, I'm not gonna be able to do much. We could just start doing temperature, but it's necessary to do atmosphere first. Right. Atmosphere is a problem. I don't have the plant for it currently. I would need a research for that. We are researching it now? No. Where is it? There. I don't think I have it yet. We can upgrade our Moxie production, that's fine. But we should seriously consider getting the electronics factory at some point. I just cannot get it yet. Did we get the boards? How are they called? I can't remember. Shuttle hubs. Yeah, right. Houses and airfield shuttles that facilitate long-range resource transportation between depots and resettling components between domes. Okay. Gonna cost some upkeep first. I'm gonna build it here. And I think we have a rocket on Earth. How are you doing? Do we have any anomalies to research? I don't think so. Everything is upstairs. That's a problem. You would have to terraform, which is what we actually want to do. Eventually, like, create a ramp. But I might actually try doing something like that. It have to be larger so it does not. Okay, too large. Large can be right there. I think that's fine, as long as we just build another drone command hub. It needs to have the resources in it though, which is a problem, so something like this would actually work, I believe. And then we'll need like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these dumping sites. whatever the food consumption and production rates, it's fine. The shuttle hub is done. We have 3 shuttles. Transport everything. Okay. Can you order it physically? I don't think so. So how far does this reach? Yeah, I'm gonna have to build some stockpiles around here. Metal, electronics, machine parts, concrete, and then we'll pledge this to want a certain amount. And then our shuttles will bring it. And with these resources, we'll be able to build another drone hub. And we will just inch our way closer to this metal deposit. We do it. Drones are incompetent at hauling things here. They cannot reach it.
Sector scanned.
Oh no, the hiccups are back. Not good. Hello, Baron, welcome.
Research complete.
Okay, what do we do next? Could get funding. Probably do this though. It's going well. We just started a moment ago. I resumed with our colonies, so we can. So I can actually practice some mid game, a late game for the hardest run that we'll do at some point. Also, I have horrible hiccups.
Breakthrough discovered.
So sorry for that. I'm gonna have to hold my breath for a while, if that helps.
We gather here today to bid a final farewell to one of our finest.
Died of old age, 43 days after arrival. Yeah, the water does not help. I have it here and it does not help at all. Yeah, the souls are just completely off, like in most games. Even in Frostpunk, like the scale of the game is just completely off in terms of time scale. Like in Frostpunk, you could set and build things that would take months in days. Died a Martian, yeah. Hello, Guka. He was actually the only people we brought were middle-aged people. They are aging like at an insane rate. So we already have 58 middle-aged people, which is a problem. I'm gonna have to set up a nursery in here just to facilitate children, because otherwise you'll start dying off, or even worse, taking valuable resources and not dying, but being old and incapable of work. Where is it? Is it housing? Yeah. Hiccups are killing me. Midlife, 60. Don't mind the coldness. Let's get apartments. Space cancer, yeah. Apparently. The kind of cancer that makes you age really fast. You'll stand here. It will advance by years in scope of days. You'll need to get another drone hub. Let's do it. Well, actually, I don't know if it's... yeah, it's too far. Gonna have to build it closer. Something like that. Freakish hiccups. Okay, and then get off. Corporate office has some workers. Mandatory euthanasia center doubles fraction. No. You cannot. You can have extended lifespan due to research eventually. But that's much later. Our power is gonna suffer, and there is not really much I can do about that. Just get some more turbines, but in terms of production of parts we should be still fine, but unless we get the scrubbers fairly soon, the maintenance is gonna kill us. Which I don't even know what unlocks the scrubbers. It might be something much later. Because the solar panels would require me to build shit ton of batteries, which also require maintenance. It would only drain metal instead of mechanical parts, but then you have the polymers for the batteries, and you would have to have a lot of them. So we are producing 300 power, which means I would have to get a lot of these to facilitate cut-offs during night time. I'm not really too jazzed about. And we can produce the mechanical parts from metal, so it's even more effective use of the metal in a sense, because the upkeep of electronic parts is horrible, but overall it's not too bad. Even with one plant we are still making a little surplus, but the upkeep is definitely ramping up at this point. Okay, we have the nursery, we have the residence. So do we have this? It's almost done.
Research complete.
Freakish hiccups. I'm gonna try to drink more water. Okay, this is done. Get the extractor. Gonna have to get it to our power grid. I don't want to create a separate one, I don't think. This cable network is gonna be absolutely hideous. God, what can you do? I don't want to buy food. Cannon planetary anomaly, yeah, they will do it, okay. We have a bunch of these. I do have a harvester. And it. I didn't notice we had more anomalies happening. Do a stockpile. And I have rare metals, and then a new one that's gonna be in here. So it's gonna desire.
Resources are low.
Yeah, I know. Not good. It's this. Right? No, it's just their own hubs. They take a lot of electronics. Very unfortunate. And we are paying a lot in maintenance. We could maybe try to trade with someone. Do they have electronics? The ARC people have it. Okay. Nobody's willing to give us electronics.
Anomaly analyzed.
This one actually, yeah, this one brings 10.
Select a sector to scan.
Fine, we should be scanning constantly because we grab the quality of life mods. Yeah. But just so the AI doesn't bitch at me, I could just add it here. What about the ramp? It's out of reach, right? Yeah, this as well. There are no resources around here. I could set up, what is it, metal and electronics. Oh, so much electronics I need all the time, it's horrible. Desire some amount. And then we'll have to buy more. I'm gonna send this one to Earth. We should disable trading metals. Gain some metal from that deposit, that's not great. We've sent a rocket to Earth. We already have one there, I think. Cargo rocket. Just gonna have to do all the electronics we can. It's 5. I need
Resources
something.
are low.
Fine. And with this one we could do another mission. Officers. I don't think I have officers. I have people. Unknown outcome. New technologies. I guess I'm going to do this one first. And then this mine is working. Yes. Finally some rare metal. Don't have to use it. Also these drones are just milling about for no good reason. Assign them to a different hub. So this one wants maintenance of mechanical parts, which I'm gonna have to set up a depot for mechanical parts in here. Facilitate repairing and remote build a landing charging pad.
Research complete.
Vulture. Yeah, it's the terraforming speed. I need the atmosphere. Temperature. Research the farm. What in nurseries? Do we have enough people? Yeah, there are some children. Overall, we have 21 Martian born. The goal is to get by without any Earthlings possible. What about the school, by the way? You should open up another work shift. Graduated 13 people. It's lifetime. Mantle. This should be done. It's just short. You have to get another freaking. No. I'm gonna maybe do the commander over. Because this. Eat it. Bar. So do we have rare metals in here already? Yes, we have some. So that means I should try to build electronics factory. It's gonna require 30 power, maintenance of 3 parts. Not great, but I can probably support that. Also, I wanted to set it up elsewhere than have it all here, but I'm gonna have it here. Sort of an ad hoc mess over there. Can land a bunch of rockets. We do have another one on Earth, I think. Do a cargo. No, we cannot. Okay, yeah, we have food, very little money.
Research complete.
I'm gonna open up this generator for now, and we should. I really don't want to expand it, but I'll have to. We also could just expand this actually, since we apparently do have parts in there now. The funding is pretty crap. He also just sold a bunch of the metal. Some of these rockets are accepting exports. I'm gonna send this one then, but all the new ones must not, since we need it for our electronics. Otherwise we won't have any. Maybe also create a new shuttle eventually. have some more kids. We could give them some kind of service if they really want it. Yeah, it's constant like full medical post, which I don't like. And the diners are full as well. Could perhaps get something else. No. Gonna have to be just another diner. And then we should do a big bar. Maybe another house. And then we can import some extra humans as well. This one should fly to Earth as well. Yeah, yes, we are out of electronics at this point. Need to make more. But we made some. But it's getting put out here immediately. Yeah, good.
No active research. Research
Okay.
complete.
Finished our research. Digital unlock. Build extractor. We should just go with these things. And then continue to get the basics. We do have plenty of output, I think. Yeah, we are making like 1,000 from our research buildings. Pretty good. Stuff is not working, it's fine. We will get more people. Could disable one of the shifts for now. Do we have a rocket? Yes, passengers. Launch it. We should actually do... Where is the payload? Did we already get it? No. Let's shift it to the front.
Sector scanned.
Okay. Looks like we are getting stable supply sort of. Now our metals are low though. So let's take a look at extraction.
Funding received.
Okay, we exported some metals. Do an automated mine. Here. Take a look at... We have another rocket, right? Bring more people. It's fine. I'm not actually sure what's harder, if it's Russia or Japan. What do you think, Baron? What should be our sponsor for like the goal of the long play? I want to play the hardest map I can find and then get sort of a hard sponsor as well. Propel and make another machine parts factory. And then expand the power network. But we need to make sure it's not in the range of that. Flavor back, yeah, it's accurate. It's DLC policy. It's so bad. Okay, you want to buy Hearts of Iron 4? Well, pay like $1,200 for a game that's years old.
Research complete.
Hello, Rumbek, welcome. Well, let's get to colonists here. And you'll probably still struggle with metal for now. That is not good.
New colonists have arrived.
Now they will work. Open up this shift. There is another regular metal deposit we maybe could exploit. I'm gonna take a look at what does the harvester require. It's mechanical parts for upkeep. Fine. Connected to our power grid.
Sector scanned.
I think that is mechanical parts thing, right? No. I'm gonna have to create it. File for mechanical parts. Right down.
New colonists have arrived.
Power, yes. Okay, it still isn't enough. Gonna have to create a new line of turbines. I don't like that. But what can it do? You also can have some extra in here. I think I might have messed up my design. It's always bad when that happens.
Resources are low.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to open up other generators as well. Also, water is decreasing. Oh, it's because we don't mine it, right? Yeah, that's fine. Build some of these turbines fairly quick. Now we should start building a shuttle. Maybe even a few more. I have the electronics. They don't export metal, but since they have two on board, I might as well. Are they gonna haul it out of it? Good question. I don't suppose they will, so I'll just keep it. Launch it. But this one don't. Ah, it already has things. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to fix it up eventually. When I notice the rocket is landing. Disable it. Otherwise they will fetch it and they will lose the metal. Which is even worse than selling it. And so let's take a look at the housing. Yeah, we should get another apartment. Actually, you get two of them to facilitate people growing up. And then we want something else. I guess some of them will want jobs soon. We should get another research lab. Food might be a concern eventually. I think I have a research for it. Pretty good. Have you already grabbed it? get thermal and geothermal reactors, but it's 8,500 a search. Oh, I guess not do it just that. Okay, one can launch. We have an Earth rocket already. So if you wanted a commander, it costs 3. No, fine. Then we should get. Electronics are not needed, I should just get drones. They are building the extractor, it's gonna be important. Question is the stockpile too far away? I believe it might be. No, it's in the range of the same drone hub, so it should be fine. But we should make sure that we get a charging pad. Gonna have one here as well. Just a close of these things if we can. Excess upkeep is bad. Gonna get some of the bigger turbines, I think. Open up new shifts. I'm gonna get another grocer, I think.
Sector scanned.
Then we should make sure we produce enough.
Research complete.
But yeah, we have the
Anomaly
research. Can we farm now? Yes. Let's farm in here.
Funding received.
Okay. I still cannot build a ramp just yet, so I have to wait a little bit. We do have a rocket. I could bring passengers, but I think, oh yeah, let's do another one. Some of them are gonna be tourists, I think. Fine. Right now we have 7. I don't actually know how the tourism works. If they like live in your residential buildings while they are here. Might be. What's the fastest one? Also, this is depleting. Okay, wheat is fine actually. What's the soil quality? Listen, I'm gonna grow some soybeans as well. I could start stockpiling some. Water might be terrible eventually. I'll have another deposit, but this one is running low. Eventually, we're gonna have to utilize those. We also get some concrete, I guess. We really want it. And it might be worth it to get a water reclamation thing here. What's this rocket? I actually know what this one brings us. Does not export things, okay. Commander, I'm gonna assign these drones to him. he is going to go right there. And we will create dumping stockpiles. Right here. They are going to work on the project. I think we have maybe capped our waste again. Oh yeah, it looks like it. It might be that these yeah, they are also producing waste. Get them each their own waste stockpile. And then we are probably running out of space here, yeah. Too much waste. Eventually we'll get the waste liquefaction research that will help with dealing with the waste. But for now we don't have it, so go with it. I'm gonna send this to Earth. Not enable those, and let's take a look at things. New technologies, you should send. Oh no, that's fine.
New colonists have arrived.
Gonna do it. Then we have a rocket on Earth. I have some funding, but there is no reason to get it. Get anything, I don't think. We could just get something. We are low on anything, but I don't actually think we need anything. Maybe some probes would be good. Gonna pay off.
Sector scanned.
What we need is this ramp to be done, which it's gonna take a while, obviously. But we have the research that improves them in terraforming tasks. What about our shuttles? We have 6 out of 6. Good. With the amount of mechanical parts we are making, we should be fine with upkeep. What about our people? I think we have some homeless and few. Yeah, some of them cannot find jobs. Fine. Make another apartment. Actually, 2 of them, and then water reclamation thing. How much does it cost? Quite a bit. Machine parts to reclaim water, which is good. And then we could do another farm, perhaps. I'm not sure how much this is gonna make eventually. Give it a chance. What's this doing?
Anomaly analyzed. Research complete.
Okay. Search is done. Did we finally get what it's water? Whose atmosphere? Yeah, oh, that's import greenhouse gases. Horrible. Let's just invest into terraformation. And then file in some other research eventually. How are we doing in terms of people? So we have 34 people Martian born already. Good. but our population is aging. So we would appreciate more kids if possible. We could do it if we raise happiness a little bit, I think. Comfort. They would like gambling. I could give them gambling. Not cheap. By any stretch of the imagination. It also costs labor, but we should be able to support it at this point. The only worry being that I'm running out of dome spaces again, so I'm gonna have to build a new dome soon.
Research complete.
Don't get rare metals, and we should take a look at this. I don't know if we have officers. We do have an explorer, then Baron to do that. That's an anomaly. Yeah, our guy should go and research that.
Sector scanned.
We do have the probes as well. Use them up.
Anomaly found.
How about the ramp? Oh yeah, the ramp is finally done. Actually great. Now eventually we can actually use it. When we get our other research vehicle, it's gonna help out. I think at least one of them is gonna go to the rocket to facilitate the mission.
Research complete.
We should maybe build another dome. Medium dome, low G engineering. Okay, we can just bump it up. Fine, all these other researchers are not so important. Now some vacant residency spots. Fine. With the gambling, they should get happier.
Anomaly found.
The faint distress signal led us to the burial site of a small satellite. It had fallen deep under the red sands, and could have been there for an eternity.
Further analysis, okay. I can send this one to Earth, or we could do a mission if there is one that we could do. I guess we could try this if we have the officers. Amongst 154 people, we actually should have them, I think. Where are the explorers? They are both going around doing things. Gonna take one. Go and load into the rocket.
Anomaly analyzed.
The expedition encountered personnel from a rival colony. The rebels are hostile and uncooperative, claiming they have exclusive rights on exploiting the anomaly site. Very here first, they threaten to sabotage and destroy useful resources on site rather than allow us to claim them. Bay. Okay, we'll research. Managed to get the low G engineering from that. Still a medium dome. Gonna have to be somewhere. How's this deposit doing? There is still metal in there, so kind of a bummer. I could build a dome here, but it's not gonna get easy access to other resources, right? It's not good. Okay, let's do it.
Anomaly analyzed.
A lot of research is gonna be gained eventually from all the anomalies up here. Take a look at our terraforming
Anomaly
things.
analyzed. Sector scanned.
Capture meteors, we shouldn't do it. It has a high risk at this point. We were lucky that we didn't get hit too much. Land a rocket. Do we have a rocket on Earth? Yes. Have some money, we should probably get something. I would like another harvester. And a transporter for quests. And are we missing anything? Not really. Probes, I guess.
Anomaly analyzed. Research complete.
Terraforming social projects. This would need, oh yeah, it's getting stuff, it just needs more concrete and then polymers. So we should create a stockpile. I think they can walk over it, but build it here. Gonna get 5 polymers, then power. Connect the domes like that. We also get connection through the pipes. The big dome is gonna gobble up significant amount of water,
Anomaly
oxygen, and
analyzed.
other things. Could ramp up production, right? Oh, not really. We could upgrade them with some polymer. Would be good. By power consumption. Yeah, it's not great. We should eventually research the electrolysis of water. Send it to Earth. The other one that needs to go to Earth as well. It has 7 tourists. Yeah.
Anomaly analyzed.
How are we doing? 11 seniors already. Not good. Question is, why are the people not happier? They want so many things. It actually improved their things a little bit. Need to get a night shift in there. Okay, activate this guy. And we have things altogether.
Sector scanned.
Gather.
Anomaly
If
analyzed.
this was USA colony, the seniors would just change up the politician when they get old enough. New colony manager. Even I know what you are referring to, and it's it's something that I get American like jokes. But I don't want to get a knock on the door, so I won't elaborate further. Okay, let's take a look. Get a few more turbines, I think.
Breakthrough discovered.
Plane imprints. What is that? Uncovers new anomalies. Alien things. I guess you're gonna get it.
Anomaly analyzed.
So the dome is ready. Yeah, it did cost us a bunch of energy. Recover it. And then this one is pretty huge. What do we get in here? I guess a big infirmary would actually be good. Then we should get some apartments. Also get another
Research
nursery
complete.
and a playground in here, as well as another school. Got a farm there, and another one. Gonna do a stockpile. Going to be mechanical parts and food.
Anomaly analyzed.
Today was a tough one. We lost one of our founders.
Well, yeah, people are dying from old age at this point. 14 seniors. A lot. We could get... Oh yeah, terraforming. Capture ice asteroids. That would give us 5% water. Water is not... funding. I cannot get that. I could try this expedition if we have the engineers. Looks like we have it. Okay, I have probes, I should use them.
Sector scanned.
And then energy is
Resources are
still
low.
bad. So we should maybe get... Where is the research? Energy turbines, just pump it up. And yeah, we have 100 food left, but we should be making... I think we made a harvest recently. Fine. Can we improve? Oxygen is fine now. Power is not. Suppose I'm gonna continue building these.
Anomaly analyzed.
So that's a bad rotation.
Sector scanned.
We're getting a lot of metal and polymers from the asteroid impacts up here. It'll take a while for the harvesters to do it. I thought this water deposit. That's fine. We can launch another satellite. But it's expensive. Dorothy Electronics. I'm not sure if we should get it. Probably not.
Anomaly analyzed.
We've just found Beagle 2. Or at least what's left of it.
Land our rockets. For summer. Oh yeah, they will want electronics and mechanical parts. Gonna give us funding. And we have an Earth rocket. Let's get passengers. We have some space for peoples here. Open up another slot and put us. Yeah, we are getting things here now. Okay. Just do the same cycle. Energy just sucks. Requires so much.
Breakthrough discovered.
Okay. Fire robots. Can't tell what it is. What's this? Carbonate processor. Finally. 20,000. Freaking research. Okay. Get it after the turbines. The turbines are gonna buff our
We've
production
just
quite a
lost
bit.
one of our scientific facilities in a disturbing set of
Malfunction.
events. We're
Something's not working and it's this. Gonna get repaired.
Anomaly analyzed. Research complete.
That should beef up our stuff, right? Didn't account for it. Reason. Okay. Number of grids 2. Where is the separate grid? This. Okay. Water is depleting. Because we are just not making enough, it's because of all the farms. So if you wanted moisture vaporator, biotech, I guess we can get that first. Gonna have to mine water regularly, so this is gonna be mined now. Connect it. Get a pipe. Okay, not enough people. Gonna be fine. We should get another rocket and send this one to Earth. Order another one from Earth. Get me bodies.
Sector scanned. Anomaly analyzed.
Yeah, the rare metals are depleting. Same as the regular metal, but fine. Why do you not scan more? Hope you've run out of anomalies. Strange occurrence. Expected that to happen. Better rocket. We also have some funding again. So we should probably order a bunch of probes. Scan more of the planet. The faster we do it, the better. Oh.
New colonists have arrived.
And it was fortress. There were children. Yeah, I guess it's increasing at least slightly. Yeah, the nurseries are getting used. These two are at least. Are the children using the playground? Yes. Quite a bit actually. Good. Be happier. Go to the art store, it can only have so many people. We should probably get a small art store in here as well. So that the other one isn't overloaded. Then we should get a big space bar. These guys, right next to the school, that's fine. Sure, nothing bad is gonna ever happen to that.
Crop failure reported.
And we could get them an aquarium. And an electronics store, I guess. Be overproducing it. Take a look at stockpile for electronics. Someone can leave.
Crop failure reported.
Yeah, it's because we don't have workers. Fine.
New colonists have arrived. Research complete.
Let's get a charging pad.
Sector scanned.
Two of them actually. Do we have a rocket? Yes. Do a cargo one. Bunch of probes. And our power is not looking great. Guess one thing to do would be try and aim for the geothermal. I think it's one of, where is it? One of these things. Also, we have researched something out of the biotech, right? Yeah, so did it unlock moisture farming? Gonna be important later. One of these things. Geothermal. Exercise. They would like a gym. Gym is fine. What is it? It's gonna take up space. Not my real concern. We could have gotten a large nursery, but fine. Get a night shift going. Need a gym. Let's transfer James over from the other room then. Yeah. They want to exercise, so they will have the option to exercise. We also have small 1x1s here, so you can get some things if you want them. I suppose I'm gonna grab these things there, and then 1x1 I could just give them a small garden. Okay. Statue. Also do concrete storage. Yeah, we'll still be lacking workers. Fine. Another passenger rocket. Get the research. Yeah. I have to start terraforming soon so we can finally get a move on these things. Yeah, train a spy. Which is not looking great. It's also because we were growing seeds here. The seeds are not food. They are just used for terraforming, but it's good to have some stockpiles of it. Could make a stockpile for seeds. Power. Gonna do some regular ones. Our mechanical should be fine. I have quite a bit. The horrible stockpiles for dump
Sector
waste rock
scanned.
are just overfilled again. I'm gonna set up a big dumping site around here.
We have received a disturbing medical report. A number of colonists have contracted an unknown disease.
Infected, right? No, that's not good.
A colonist just snapped.
We have the security station, so it should be fine. And we do have medical, right? So the infirmary has how many slots? 3 slots. Be fine. I got fed up with all the vegan propaganda, yeah. They don't even have the choice, really. Take a look at our population. 59 Martian born. Children 14, youth 14. Could be much better. We are hitting demographic shift. 75 middle-aged people, 21 seniors. Gonna have to bring some fresh blood from the earth. So the rockets are gonna facilitate that for the foreseeable future.
New colonists have arrived.
But problem is some of them are gonna be middle-aged as well, because that's how the game works.
Sector scanned.
Well, they're gonna collapse just like in Caesar. Not really. The drones will still keep running. I'm mostly using my population to fund the research, if anything, and they are working in services for themselves. So that's like the most of the population is doing that. I'm not getting any crucial resources out of them. They are basically just a strain at this point. Getting the research out of it. And of course the funding. So we wouldn't be able to buy things, but our drones should be able to get their metal to turn into other things. So, be fine even if that happens, but it won't. But 28 senior people is a lot. Nursery. They're getting full. It's getting used. And another shift.
Sector scanned. Anomaly analyzed.
Okay. How's the research doing? Very slow.
New colonists have arrived.
What's the housing space? They'll have quite a bit. Fine. Farms are running. Get an external fungal farm.
Anomaly analyzed.
Yeah, running low on applicants. Not great. I think our corporation can actually buy people for money, but it's never good when you have to do that.
Breakthrough discovered.
Or water. Extremely rich underground water deposits. I mean, it's great, but there's so much other stuff. Well, yes, you can, but it's just not as effective. Just yet. It doesn't want to breed much. What are jobs? Okay, we have a lot of
Resources are low.
free slots.
Resources are low.
I know.
Breakthrough discovered.
Made our first siege. Kinda like to play the hardest mode rather than this, but I guess it's a long place to Can play this for a while. It will matter. Because the hardness is gonna be where the pain is gonna arrive.
Anomaly analyzed.
At least I'm familiarizing myself with how the people actually work. So far I'm finding them more of a nuisance than anything. But the research is really important. Like the only thing that's really good.
Research complete.
Get another extractor.
Anomaly analyzed. Resources are low.
People. Gonna be the last of our
Sector
applicants.
scanned.
These are the current ones. Our corporation goal. Export metals. Right, it's almost done actually. 5 smart complexes. There is trade. You get applicants for tourism. Okay. Yeah, these goals are manageable. For sure we'll be able to get them eventually. I should build another farm though. They are just unable to keep up. We have built the fungal farm, right?
New
Yeah.
colonists have
I'll
arrived.
help out.
Though initially fruitless, we recalibrated.
Passengers, nothing. Cargo doesn't make any sense right now.
We've collected valuable geographic data at the site of the anomaly.
Prefabs for moisture vaporators are not bad. Can start getting them for now. Can be maintenance of metal and 5 power per each. Fine. Start churning out some water.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's some mechanical parts in here. Get some turbines in there. In terms of rare metals, I should enable exports on this rocket.
We have to face it. We cannot stop the infection. No matter what we do, it keeps spreading across the colony like a wildfire. Hence the name we've given it.
There might be a research for it. No. Well, it's just gonna happen.
The worst has happened. Wildfire has infected Earth. It was on board a rocket which returned to Earth, and somehow it breached through all decontamination measures.
Gonna destroy Earth. Infection level on Earth has been set to the contained level. If it reaches the extinction level, the human population on Earth will be obliterated. Discover the wildfire currents apply to Earth and prevent this. Oh. Cannot really do it very easily, I don't think. At least you cannot do it yet. Dark crisis, most likely. And our population continues to age. Yeah. Immediately goes to that. We'll find a cure eventually, but I'm not gonna obsess over it. Build another farm.
Research complete.
Geothermal. Let's take a look at the power. Geothermal plant. It has a lot of upfront cost, it consumes water. It does do terraforming and it gives us 25 power. Question is, where can we even build that? I think it wants some sort of underground deposit. Yes, there is actually one right here. Well, let's do it. Okay, bring the people.
Resources are low.
Yeah, we need that.
Sector scanned.
It's gonna be fine.
New colonists have arrived.
Let's farm. I'm gonna do exclusive with food. Some of our guys are growing freaking seeds now. Not good. Research the other food types. Yes. Farm new crops. Right. Let's do that first actually, so we can solve our food crisis. And then I should build another research lab. And then how are we doing on housing?
Resources are low.
Nursery tiles only. Okay, right. That small apartment and a nursery. I could do a large one. Then we'll need another dome soon. Gonna be a massive strain on our supply, all these people doubling up the resources. As I said, the only real thing we are getting from them is research. Otherwise they are just servicing themselves. But it takes a lot of maintenance.
Resources are low.
Other things.
Funding received.
Them. Okay. If did we complete the corporation goal? Almost. This one gonna enable rare metal. Yours? Yes.
Resources are low.
So what are the services? Dining, flying exercise, medical checks, gambling. Well, you can access the other domes, right? There's no reason I cannot get them everything everywhere. It's not gonna happen. Launch this rocket.
New colonists have arrived.
At least we should have more kids, I think. 19 children. But 35 seniors. Insane. Really bad. Need to get the tech for it, but you have so many things you need to do. Oh yeah, we managed to steal some resources from the rivals. Oh, from the computer, welcome. And send us back to Earth. Going fairly okay. I wanted to start with the hardest run, but not yet. Want to be in the game. I think I already have a colonist named after you actually. But he might be dead already because some people have already died or are senior. Like someone.
New colonists have arrived.
Midagla. Can name this guy Midagla. Oh, he's a senior already. He's gonna die soon. Yeah. What about our medical situation? Yeah, it's not great. Because we have the thing. I should do a medical post.
Resources are low.
Food is fine. Make it better as well. Problem is the seeds. We are growing the seeds, which does impact our productivity of food quite a bit. I don't know. Yeah, I think he was around here for a while. But
Funding received.
sure. Yeah, we managed to do the goal. We have a bunch of money. I don't think we want anything really. Let's get some people. Well, I've played it for 60 hours before I even started streaming, so I haven't played for that long if I hated it. It's just, it could be better. There are many things that could be improved, and in general I'm not the biggest fan of this everything is green and happy utopia thing. I'd like this to be more like Frostpunk, if anything, but what can you do? Also, it's a bummer that it's only the, as I said, the corporate warfare, like spies, sabotage, but I'd like a regular warfare, military buildings and such. Let's just launch it. You can always do a metal, it's fine. No Paradox is the strongest game yet. It's also the only Paradox game that I've played on stream. And I don't think I'm necessarily gonna want to change that. Unless I can get Hearts of Iron for very cheap price. It's not bound to happen. I do have a Stellaris, but as I said, I liked the game when it came out. They did something to it, and now it's something totally different. Don't like it much. It's just publisher. Yeah. But I don't want to play the vanilla. If there is extra stuff I need it. There's some very, very important things in the DLC. You would be severely
Sector
limited.
scanned. Resources are low.
Rob,
Resources are low.
you mean the sub? I'm not subscribing to Paradox of all things.
Crop failure reported.
Well, they actually did for Hearts of Iron. It motivates people to get it. There's the rap. I don't know what that means, yeah, sorry.
Resources are low.
Like Shakespeare. Still have no idea what you are talking about. That is all the games. Yeah, most likely, right? Didn't have enough people. Fine. How are we doing on population? 36 freaking seniors. 23 children though. One of the slow phrases people say, okay. Now I get it. Not really. I guess there are a lot of phrases. Let's get some extra meat bags. And he managed to survive that, even though I sent him on the side missions. What a Chad. Okay. Research is done. So we managed to get... we might be able to start terraformation finally.
Funding received.
And do something to wrap this up, because I need to play the hardest mode. Where is it? I don't have it. Is it in industry? Where the heck is it? I'm sure I researched it. Take a look at it again. Where was it? Oh yeah, where was it? I have no idea. Not it, for sure. Burning waste rock, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. I'm not sure what I researched actually. It was probably something else. I don't really know what it was. It was something. And we still have empty things. Why are people unemployed when there is so much work? Maybe it's gonna fix itself. Okay. Let's take a look at mission things. Import gases. I guess I'm gonna do it. I have the money. Humble Bundle once ran a special where all DLC were sold for 18 total. Yeah, if that happens, I might get it. But
Resources
that
are
doesn't
low.
mean that I will want to stream Hearts of Iron, because I'm not too familiar with it. I played just a little bit of it. Because I don't like Paradox games in general. Mostly, like, I bought Stellaris when it came out. It was great. They fucked it up. They made it into something else. Fine. Just destroyed the product I bought. Fine. You can do it. Then there is this, which is a thing, I guess. Then there is EU4, which I never played and I never will. And then what else is there? Yeah, they've made a bunch of other stuff, I'm sure, but yeah, just they destroyed the product I bought. So yeah, I didn't really have a choice in the matter, which is also great for practice. But whatever.
Sector scanned.
That's why I'm reluctant to give them a single cent. And also I hate their virtual signaling. These corporations are getting a little bit too feisty with their political statements. I want them to make games. I like games. I don't like them pushing politics into my life through games. This is the last thing I want. I hear it in the news, I hear it everywhere. Just let the games be games and movies be movies, but no, we cannot have that. Okay, I don't think we should build another dome. Just a massive strain on our resources. At this point we don't really need the people and we are just getting aging population, so we might just give it some time to equalize out and see what happens basically. While after this research is finally done, which will take some time, we can start getting some terraformation done finally.
New colonists have arrived.
We have stop shifts. Depends. Yeah, we
Crop
have
failure reported.
people. Why do we miss so many jobs then? We have to deal with that. Can we not click on things? Why are so many jobs missing? It's because of this? I don't know why is that. There are some missing jobs here. Fine. Yeah, some people are missing on the research and they're, well, at the same time some of them are looking for work. I don't know why. Maybe this dome is too far away from this one. At least some buildings in it. Which that could make sense. Yes.
Resources are low.
Okay. Next. I just need the terraformation to get going. We have some homeless people, because we need more residential. I suppose we can make another dome. Or rather, let's take a look at schooling. Actually, is needed. I'm gonna do another dome then. I don't really want to do it, but the game wants it. Is this far enough? Okay. Better should be. Build the park under it. It's gonna get cut off. Not good. Get the pipes connected. Yeah, these are constantly full, which is fine. I don't actually need that overproduction. I guess we can stockpile it. So that would be polymer and mechanical parts in here. I guess I'm gonna use this rocket for something else. So, satellite. If I wanted money, we could do it. Meteor shower, that's not happening. Morsequake. Could cause an earthquake. I'm gonna do it though. See what happens. If we die, at least we will be able to start the new run sooner. In a sense, maybe it would be good to get... let's get them.
Resources are low.
What I want to
There
say.
are Earthsick colonists.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, even the asteroids, but I don't have a rocket. So much waste rock everywhere. I'm gonna start burning it with the atmospheric things. Is this a depletable resource? No, it's just a grade. And it can only support one, right? Yeah. All factories power produces malfunction. The spy sabotaged us. That's not good. Minus 623 power. People will have some real issues. He destroyed.
Sector
He
scan.
malfunctioned all the power producers. It's gonna be a bunch of mechanical parts. Fortunately, we do have them. So it's just gonna be when the drones can make it to repair everything up.
Resources are low.
It's getting done. It's gonna take absolute ages. And if people diminish, it's actually not gonna be that bad. Nah, tourists. If 41 seniors, not good. But children are getting there, so good. It would be great if the seniors would just die off. There are ways to do it, I think, but it's bad. Usually you
Crop
don't want
failure
to die.
reported.
Okay, it's fine. We'll fix everything up. It'll be just fine. What about the research? It's gonna take... It's taking ages.
Resources are low.
I think it might have impacted their sanity a little bit. That's fine.
New colonists have arrived. Crop failure reported.
Can get this one to do the asteroids. It dies, it dies. Or if we die, rather. But I actually almost managed to do it. So how much does this make? Not a little.
Resources are low.
Right. Well, yes, we didn't have storage, so makes sense. I could get some batteries going, I guess. They're undesirable. Extra upkeep. I guess I can get some to make sure we at least can survive a little bit if power goes out. But they're gonna deplete it like nothing. Hello, Fairby. Welcome. By the sad face. Something happened. Transportation problem. Yeah, that's fine.
There are Earthsick colonists.
No invading Etruscans yet. Played some Caesar yesterday. What do I want to do?
Crop
Something.
failure reported.
Oxygen. I have to do another Moxie. And a pipe. But it's because of this door, right? Now we could just create the living space. Take a look at it. Apartments. Like 3 of them in here. And I suspect we are gonna have to do... I think it was actually food that we researched, maybe.
Resources are low.
That would be more of a surprise than if it... What? It was kinda inaudible. Or ineligible. Okay, let's take a look at the crops. We don't have any crops. Okay, I don't know what that is.
The wildfire
idea.
virus is spreading on Earth at an alarming rate, threatening entire populations all over the globe. The grim prediction is that soon the entire population of the planet will be affected.
Matrix isn't optimal, it seems. Yeah. Okay, so Earth is in a pickle. Fine. I don't think we can really help Earth out at all. But that doesn't mean that
Sector scanned.
sooner we wrap this easy mission like map, we can start the hard one. Actually better, I think. Now, what do we need for this? Yeah, gonna get done eventually. Do we have a rocket on Earth? Not currently. Yeah, and all of them are gonna be running missions for a little bit.
Crop failure reported.
Can hiccups are back. Hiccups are terrible. Okay. There's a new expedition. Can do it here. Get some turbines going. Again. Okay, this one is done. For those noises, but trying to hold my breath, but it's not really working out. No, it's not. This is a regular map. It has two meteor severity. But that's about it. No. No. Horrible. Okay. Yeah, can. Thanks. Interesting. Not really. It's really horrible. Horrible. We're staying
Crop
Mars
failure
Forest.
reported.
Yeah. But I got a cup if you want one. Yeah, I cannot reach out, unfortunately. Gonna get my own. Something. Okay, let's pull this in. I don't have beer. Also, I cannot really flatten this. Horrible.
Sector scanned.
Need to remove this freaking wire, but I cannot. Okay, what about unemployment? It's huge. I don't know why people don't work there. Maybe it wants a specific... No, everyone should be able to work anywhere, basically. That's how it works. I don't know why it's like that. Get some farms. Oh, just one. Bother to set them up. But I don't really have anything else for them to do, really. Could get a diner, I guess. But yeah, buildings are missing people. I bet it's the seniors actually, because they can work as some
Crop failure
professions, I
reported.
think. Vacancies. We just need working age people. The problem. Okay, what do we do?
Crop failure reported.
Yeah, of course food is not looking great, because we are missing people all over the place. Could disable the corporate office work shift.
Crop failure reported.
Temperature is 1, atmosphere is 2, that's very low.
We have a food shortage.
Our colonists are starving.
Don't want food. Air consumption is high. Should switch the seed crop for wheat. We have some seeds, not much, but fine.
We have a food shortage.
Yes. Who cares? Just for research. They are not even doing it properly. They're on the purpose in life.
Crop failure reported.
Just go without humans. It would be better. They're a massive pain.
Sector scanned.
I'm working. I have 8-hour shifts each workday, and then 3 weekends. It's done. Okay, I'm gonna go grab it. Also gonna take like 2 minutes break. I'm gonna try to stop the hiccups.
The day claimed our last living founder, spelling the end of an era for us all.
Yeah, the founders are all dead. I think. It's fine. Freaking hiccups. Not good. They are really obnoxious. Okay. would help immensely if you get research for extra lifespan. Possibly. No, there is a technology that increases the lifespan, so it's not just that, but it increases all the stages apart from children, I think. So people will live longer in all the other stages. Is what you want. Didn't really help. Okay. What do we do? Yeah, this is kind of boring. I would like to play the hardest now. No. Probably not helped. Too much freaking base stroke. Also, this needs to be removed completely. I just don't know what to do next. I don't want to build people tanks, they are horrible. They don't even do the research I need them to do. Yeah, I just don't know. Wait, I guess. Wait forever.
Resources are low.
Until this eventually finally gets done, maybe.
Resources are low.
Yeah, let's do the meteors. Chance for us to die. We have a rocket. I guess I'm gonna get the passengers. Yeah, it is sort of similar. What about our population? It looks like the Martian-born might soon outpace the Earth-born.
Crop failure
I'm gonna
reported.
give it a shot, I think. In a second, because this is unbearable. Give me a sec. I don't have vodka. But I tried that. I also drank like half a liter of water. Both of these things didn't really help me. So I have Becherovka, which is this absolutely hideous Czech liquor. It's like pure alcohol. It's like it's like bitter. But how much does it have? Volume 38%, so it's not that strong. But it contains like a bunch of herbs. It smells really bad. It makes you regret your life's decisions. my face outside out. Fine. Still have the hiccups. Gonna be the first
Sector
drunken
scanned.
Steve.
Milestone achieved.
What do we do? Milestone? Which one was it? It's on free giveaway on Steam. It's not bad. Not bad. I played it a little bit when I was a kid, but I don't think it would hold up too well. I think it would hold up probably as well as the Mravency game I posted on Discord.
New colonists have arrived.
Okay. Do we have tourists in one of these rockets? No. So it's fine.
Research complete.
I'm going to send a rocket to do that, and then we have another project for more water. Let's do it. I think it made the hiccups worse. Freaking thing. Okay. You're right. Okay, finally we have the research. Let's get that building. Oh, it's absolutely massive. Okay. How are you gonna even build this thing? It needs to be somewhere over here. What does it want? 50 machine parts and 50 power. Oh no. Okay, let's get one.
A colonist has died.
Oh no. Anyway. Turbines. And then didn't want machine parts, it's fine. Worried about this thing. I should terraform this. Spot on everything here. So we can actually use it.
Resources are low.
Maybe some dumping stockpiles. Which I have. Quite a few still, but do more. If we have a rocket we can send to Earth. Let's send it, I guess.
Research complete.
Make the slag usable. Yeah. It's not really slag, it's a waste rock. It's only stone, basically. There is a research waste liquefaction, which I think you can make this into a concrete. I don't remember actually. There are mods that make you be able to use this to turn it into metal, but I think that's sort of a cheat. And this will also burn the waste, create atmosphere. Basically, yeah.
Crop failure reported.
Gonna be great.
So far, the bizarre nature of the infection has defeated all of our attempts to stop it. Yet time is growing short as more and more people are getting sick.
Okay, I don't want to construct more medical facilities here, like. Káťo, neposílej mi věci, když mám stream, mě to tady zvoní. Okay, what do I want to do?
A colonist
Research.
has died.
There's a cure, right? 90,000 freaking research. Forget it, Earth will die. It took me ages to do 20,000. So doing more, 90,000 is a lot. No, I don't know. It's possible you just don't get to import stuff anymore. And if all your people die, then you might be dead. In which case it's fine. And if you die, it's not a big deal. Like, we should play the hardest mode, really. I think I remember most of the game at this point, so we should just do that. Concrete, right. We could just build another one elsewhere. Where is the thing? I'd like it to be here, I think. Yeah, you have, like, you can aim for different things. Like, I think Baron said that he doesn't like to terraform things at all. He just wants to go for self-sustainable colony, basically, and he never terraforms Mars. And you have different crises, so it's either you choose one on the game start or one random one will happen, and then that's your like end game, late game crisis. In this example, it's actually the disease, I think. And yeah, there are also challenges, but I never played them and I probably never will because they are probably bullshit. This is also not connected, I don't think. Yeah, because I cut the building off. They do have the power because of these things. Oh, connected. So, are you building this? Yes. Just take time. Should also bust this concrete. Take a look at concrete extractor.
A colonist has died.
Or we should do a stockpile for concrete.
Research complete.
The religious people are in a minority, I think. We should just do that. Though I have the hiccups, it's terrible. Yeah, it does. It really does.
A colonist has died.
Like, I mean, in general, this game isn't really great. I like the early to mid game sort of, but once you get colonists, they are incredibly useless. They age like 5 years per day. Horrible. That is the research to make them live longer, but before you get to it, it's a constant pain.
Resources are low.
There's water, I guess. Oh, they're fine. We'll get more stockpile. Yeah. It's not modern design, but it works. And it's not very intrusive, so why change it? It would actually be detrimental. Change it, I think. It's less beginner friendly for sure, but it's more like once you actually get to know the buildings, it's actually better.
Complete.
You go in there, grab what you need, go out. It's very minimalistic. Yeah, Caesar 4 in general is not good.
colonist has died.
Horrible, horrible hiccups. Which just helps when looking for a certain building, but having only text take that long. No, it doesn't. Especially once you get used to it, it's, like I said, it's less beginner friendly. Because before people actually get to know the things, they will struggle a little bit, but then it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be faster and better. The pictures, and it's less intrusive. Yeah, same. That's right. Okay, but we're getting atmosphere up. Good, we should also start working on temperature. How do we do temperature? I have the plan for it, I think. This, what does it want? It just does things. Okay. Get a bunch of them, and we'll need power. So I don't think we can do geothermal. We already have one deposit. There is maybe another one somewhere. We should just do turbines. Bigger ones.
Anomaly found.
Looking forward to the hardest. It's gonna be where the real fun starts. Okay. We have a rocket on Earth. I don't want anything. Not do it.
A colonist has died.
And the deaths are actually fine. We are not really losing people that quickly. We are even expanding the population. That's okay. Now, are we finally doing some research? I guess they are. Health is not looking great. But we do have medical posts, and this is actually full. I'm gonna have to build another.
No active research. Research complete.
Where is it? Services. Let's do a few medical posts. And research. Yes, I own the game, but I don't think I have all the DLC for it. I'm not sure if you asked already. Somebody has asked me that before. I don't know who. One DLC, yeah. Look, Dunham. That sounds insane. The game is just something completely different from Caesar. But I guess you can make that work. Mega apartments. We're going to just catch up on some of these technologies. I should build another research lab. least food has stabilized really well. It turned out decently. We can post a screenshot in the Discord. Would be good. You can take a look at that. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just such a different game. I cannot imagine like all the features actually work differently, right?
Anomaly analyzed.
Sounds very strange. You should make maps in Caesar if you are up to it. Like if you are doing maps in that, you'll be fine doing maps in Caesar then. Okay. We have fuel.
Anomaly found.
Let's get another one. Yeah, it is, but I'm not sure how much is it. So it might still be a lot. I don't think we can save the Earth, but we should probably take a look at that. Oh, horrible. 75,000. Still a lot. Have to build
A colonist has
a
died.
bunch of medical posts, and that would reduce the price even more.
Anomaly found.
I wrote a special challenge for it, so that you can't build up mountains except where the stairs are in
Meteor
the ring. I think that increases difficulty slightly. Yeah, it might.
The recent colonist deaths are a worrisome trend which cannot be ignored.
The applicants leave the pool. Who cares? It wants the game knows I don't care, so it wants me to care. I won. Martian-born are outpacing the Earth-born. Okay, good. I'm gonna take a look at it later.
Anomaly analyzed.
We should do another temperature plunge, likely.
Research complete.
So many things. Keep scanning. So now we do deep scan things. We are making carbon dioxide. It's
Anomaly
beefing up the atmosphere.
analyzed. A colonist has died.
Fine. I'm gonna trigger the research soon, I think. Take a look at it. I just start working on it, I guess. It's gonna take absolute ages, but what can you do?
Anomaly analyzed. A colonist has died. A colonist has died.
I know the
Sector
game really
scan.
wants us to care, but we don't. There's also a metals deposit here. We didn't exploit before. We could get a mine there. I don't really want to though. No use for money anymore, I don't think. Kind of struggling a little bit on electronics, but it's not a big deal. Could make a new electronics factor actually. And just some power, I guess. The money before Earth dies. Might. Making city map sometime. Yeah, try it out definitely. I think we talked about it before. Capture ice asteroids. Yep. I have a rocket on Earth. Should bring something. I really want people. Get some extra drones. Electronics, I guess, and seeds.
A colonist has died. Anomaly analyzed.
I think we have the food types now. It's a long grow time though. Increases the quality. That's just... oh, it's so much better now. I should actually do corn in each for one segment. Research custom. Yep, it really wants me to do it, I know. So it's that like, oh, it's desperation, I cannot do it, and then, yay. Not really. I was totally ready to just cut the gangrenous limb that the Earth is at this point. But anyway, we might have to save it.
A colonist has died.
It's still a lot. Now it's the tedious part, gonna have to wait for quite some time. I could do the gases. It's gonna be our atmosphere by 2%. It's gonna be pretty good. You get done eventually. Yeah, concrete is actually not looking great. We do have a bunch of it in here, and we should be excavating this deposit now. Yeah. Yeah, the medical buildings are full, more or less, so it's fine. Probably give them a space bar. I'm gonna have to do the big one.
Meteor shower
Space bars.
incoming.
Meteor shower, we don't even have... where is the laser? Can we even have it? I don't know. Okay. Get some more drones, it's good.
Panic and desperation has spread across the population as waves of refugees flee the endemic zones.
Sector scanned.
I actually want to do that. Water is leaching. We should build ourselves some evaporators eventually. But I guess it's gonna be more
Colonist has died.
mining for now. The only deposits are here, really. Not great. How's the research? Forward. Needs to be done. Will be done in a single day, and we have how much water? Last us for a while. Depleting very slowly. Put up some shifts, I guess. Yeah, we have more Martian born than Earth born at this point. Looking at caps. So bad. Okay. Take a look at the planet. Getting built finally. We should set this concrete to have some desired amount.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red...
Research complete.
Okay, we can build the separators. No. Something else, right? Where is that? Oh yeah, this is the lifespan thing. But I cannot get it if I want to save the Earth, or at least try to. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to just mine water.
Colonist has died.
You could also do water reclamation in here, I think. Let's take a look at that. Where is it? There. There is a depleted deposit. Fine. Get rid of it. That was metal, but we have a lot of it. We shouldn't really have a problem for a long time. Also, I have another mine here. There is another source.
Sector scanned.
Should do a cargo rocket. Grab some probes to deep scan the terrain. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Now we would have to wait a long
A
time to
colonist
get
has
this.
died.
Yeah, it works out. Also, this water reclamation isn't really doing that big of a job. We could buff it up, right? Yeah, if it consumes more power, but that's fine if it can reclaim more water. Do we have one in here? We don't, I don't think. Right? Build one. Okay, power is gonna be necessary. Some extra things. Yeah, no problem, Fireby.
Anomaly
Thanks for
found.
stopping by. Got this rocket. Send it back to Earth like that. We could do a project. This one getting done already? Yes. I don't really want the meteors. Sounds like the alcohol worked wonders for you. No, it did not. It's worth. It's also pretty horrible. So there's that, but it's no big deal. I'm sure this is gonna stop eventually. Might have to stop this stream in about 20 minutes anyway. So maybe I'll recover then. We have an expedition for water. Do it. And we've got just scans, right? Yeah.
Sector scanned.
Scan everything. Oh! That was a lot of stuff. It's at least
A
somewhat
colonist has
useful.
died. A colonist has died.
How's the research going? Yep, 21%. Not a lot. Okay, we can get funding. Fine. Okay, we have a toxic rain. Because we have reached 10%.
Anomaly analyzed.
Now we should get some research from the anomalies we discovered. Might be
A
substantial.
colonist has died.
How about our population? At least we have 120 middle age. That's not good. But we are slowly diminishing the Earthborn. Yeah, need a hiccup
colonist
coming.
has died.
Horrible. I don't know why it's so obnoxious today. It's really bad. Yeah. gonna have to stop in a moment, I think. Well, impacting me, not in a good way.
A colonist has died.
At least this is rising slowly. Good. Should keep doing that. We should even get another one of these things, like, I guess. Plant the rocket. So send another one to Earth.
We've just found the wreckage of Phobos 2.
Anomaly found.
Okay, anomalies, fine.
A colonist has
Did we
died.
discover new geothermal things? Oh, there are the slime pools. Okay.
A colonist has died.
We should just bump up the terraformation process. Is this not flat? No, apparently not. It's gonna take a little while. It'll be fine.
It's not every day that we have the luxury to choose from what Mars.
Got some of these things. This big one here. Two charging stations. At least a few. Around where we have things. Oh yeah, there is the toxic sludge.
Anomaly found.
They will clean it up. Fine.
The analysis tells us that we've found.
Is it overloaded? Yes. Get a new shuttle hub. We probably have one. But around here.
Sector scanned.
We've analyzed material from the anomaly,
Something.
and it completely.
Yes. And then we'll do the special mission for the gases.
A colonist has died.
What about the research? 32%. Water is not looking great again. Try to do something about that.
Until today,
A colonist has died.
I don't really want to deplete these too quickly, but something has to be done. Running out. We could boost to this, I think. Upgrade. Yeah, we should
Breakthrough
upgrade them.
discovered.
Some extra polymer. Isn't a big deal. Oh, just need polymer. They will bring it. We have a rocket on Earth, I think. We should bring ourselves a bunch of extra probes again. Oh, this waste rock. It's absolutely everywhere. And we are not depleting it fast enough, I don't think.
We've just confirmed the location of...
Metal deposit. Okay. Can we upgrade this? No. Okay, this is done now.
Crop failure reported.
We only have one deposit left. Fine though.
Anomaly analyzed.
Go to shuttle hub. It's too far? Oh, it's fine.
A colonist has died.
Do the search. With the 6. I just need to wait. Unfortunately, there's no higher speed. There is actually a mod for it that you can speed up even faster.
A colonist has died.
A minute at you.
A colonist has died.
Okay. Yeah, the disease is getting more severe.
A colonist has died.
666. Not good. Ah, Dust Devil will wreck my power production. That's great.
A colonist has died. Sector scanned. A colonist has died. A colonist has died. A colonist has died.
Just leave it here. Ah, 45%.
Crop failure reported. Resources are low.
Okay. Well, storage of part. That's fine. Because we had to repair a bunch of this. Yeah, the water output has been increased quite a bit from this. Let's go to Earth. Freaking hiccups. Yeah, I can polymer. Just get a stockpile. Got it.
A colonist has died.
There's also the acid rain, so it takes ages to clean it up. We could do a drone HQ or hub right here. Oh yeah, it doesn't have fuel. How do you do on fuel? Fine. I should do a fuel depot, most likely.
Resources are low.
Yeah, buildings, it's expected.
Sector scanned.
My population actually decreased by quite a bit now. But yeah. The worst thing is the research dropped by a little bit because the laboratories are like half output now. I should actually close up the corporate office. We have some probes again. Let's use them.
Sector scanned. Crop failure reported.
Let's do passenger rocket, I guess. Oh, we don't have anyone in the pool. Okay, done the special project. Good, there is no other one. And the planet is changing in here. We have an ice ball now, I think.
A colonist has died. Anomaly analyzed.
We'll start selling some metal, and then we should set up a mining thing here.
A colonist has died.
Fine. The population is diminishing a little bit.
Breakthrough discovered.
Where is the breakthrough?
A colonist has died.
How much temperature are we getting per day?
A
2%?
colonist has died.
Quite a bit.
A colonist has died.
I think one of the rockets is full of gold, so let's send it off. Project. It's water. Do it.
Resources are low.
Fine.
A colonist has died. Sector scanned.
Okay. We benefit from getting more labor. I'm gonna shut off the farms, at least some of them. We have quite a bit of food, so we can do without 2, I think. For a little bit.
Sector scanned. Milestone achieved.
Look at
A
surface water
colonist
as
has
possible.
died.
But it still needs to be stabilized, I think. Should try to get a forestation plant, but currently I don't actually think it's gonna work. Get it, see what happens.
Funding received.
Okay. Yeah, we have that. We do grass.
A colonist has died.
Do another one. Let's hit some of this cropped bee seeds again.
Resources are low.
Looks great, expect that. Gonna kill the plant life too. it has almost been 4 hours. I still have the horrible hiccups. I'm gonna have to call it here because I'm starting to feel really sick. Sorry for that. Short one today. Yeah, it's not good. Let's just take a look if there is anyone we can raid. Let's raid FGs.
I didn't know I had like this spinny thing. Yeah.